Hi, my name is Messi and I'm a 12-year-old in grade 7. COVID-19 has been a struggle for many people. Millions of people won't see the quarantine, vaccines, or online learning as positive opportunities. Nevertheless, I have. Music has shown what many people see as a challenge into a success in my life. People may question me, how could you possibly believe that online learning, the pandemic itself, or quarantine can be seen as positive opportunities? My goal today is to answer that question, how I have used music to adapt to this normal and why adapting and embracing change is important overall. First, we must learn what embracing change even means. Embracing, according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, means to cherish or welcome a specific thing. Thus, embracing change means you welcome change as a positive development, you see things positively, you have the willingness to be adventurous and improve yourself. My passion for music has led me to play two instruments, the classical guitar and the clarinet. I started both at the beginning of the year 2020 online because of the pandemic. Over a 2-year period, the COVID-19 pandemic has been a struggle for millions of people, as said. All of us were in solitude, people were alone, everyone was stressing about this new routine, and nothing was enjoyable. Personally, all of my music classes were converted to online learning. This provided an overall difficulty in communication, especially when playing instruments with different pitches. You can't communicate effectively and sometimes you can't hear, etc. Personally, I knew that tools were essential to online and distance learning. So by using that knowledge, I coped with this struggle by adapting, by using new tools that could turn this challenge upside down. Microphone after microphone, it is required to find the right one that matches my instrument's frequency. Speaker after speaker, it is required to find the right one that matches my clarinet's high pitch. I also had to record music. So I had to set up a home studio using my own lighting, green screen, and much more. I also attended online competitions, so I had to use new learned skills such as online editing apps, background setting, and much more. We embrace change every day in our lives without even noticing it. For example, every time we make a mistake, at school, at home, in a test, etc. If you say to yourself, mistakes are for you to learn, you got this. You are embracing change because you are embracing the failure or mistake you had just created. I've made many mistakes in my life, the most significant ones being at school. Take the map test, for example. Last year, I did not receive my expected scores and I was a little disappointed. But I knew that if I just sat around and cursed myself about my failure, nothing would be improved. So what did I do? I studied hard and every day I had the motivation of improving my scores on the next map test. And soon the work would pay off when the most recent scores were released. Moreover, according to How to Embrace Change Using Emotional Intelligence by Candy Williams from the Harvard Business Review in 2018, embracing change is also vital at work, where you should embrace change rather than brace for it. Embrace change rather than brace for it. As you can see, embracing change is vital for determination, confidence, success, and improvement. It is also essential to look at things through a historical context. I'm a lover of history. Many historical figures throughout history have been embracing change. One famous figure was Ludwig van Beethoven, the hot-tempered German composer famous for the Fifth Symphony, which is still heard in department stores today. As some of you may know, Beethoven became deaf in his mid-20s. Many people, including myself, would have given up if they weren't able to hear any longer, but Beethoven, of course, didn't. Beethoven embraced his deafness by composing in silence, playing his symphonies inside his head, keeping his public performances, along with keeping his deafness a secret to the public. His decision to embrace his deafness brought him on the path to becoming one of the most well-known and famous composers in modern history. Back to me, music, and the pandemic. I have done various things during my COVID-19 experience. The two most notable being volunteering work and attending online competitions. Attending online competitions gave me experience, confidence, and of course areas of improvement. If I weren't to embrace the COVID-19 pandemic, none of this would have ever happened. I had success at times and sometimes I did not. This lesson is vital for preparing me for the future, which is similar to this quote by Norwegian playwright Henrik Ibsen, "The greatest victory is defeat." Many musicians and athletes have gone the path to triumph, many even closing on the finish line of success, but some fail because they are unaware of how to cope with their own defeat. Winning is triumphant and glorious, but if you can't learn to lose, you will never be able to succeed. I can say this because I have experience. After winning the first few medals, I thought I was somehow invincible, that you could never lose. With this incorrect mindset, I was furious the first time I didn't get first place. My parents at that time gave me important advice and told me that winning is not always the most positive and beneficial development, but rather learning from your defeats is a key. I came to realize that I had to accept defeat as a stepping stone towards success. During my experience, I also learned about something called a growth mindset. A growth mindset, according to the Oxford Dictionary, means the belief that you can develop your natural abilities by working hard along with listening to the advice of others. Suppose you don't work hard towards your goals along with listening to the advice of your friends and family. In that case, you will never be able to succeed, and I wouldn't have survived the pandemic with the correct mindset, according to a national experiment reveals where a growth mindset improves achievement by David S. Yeager in 2019. Finally, 3 components led to my success in the COVID-19 pandemic using music. First, I learned to adapt. Seeing that all of my music classes were converted to online, I tried to find new tools using my own personal knowledge that could turn this challenge upside down, so I had success in that area. Second, I learned how to cope with defeat, which is essential to succeed in any field, whether it is academics, music, or sports. Lastly, I learned about a growth mindset, and I realized that I needed the correct mindset to also be able to succeed. All the events I'm highlighting are from embracing the COVID-19 pandemic using music. I'm turning the dark and melancholic mood of the COVID-19 pandemic into the positive light, or as I like to say, turning challenges into opportunities. Throughout my experience, I learned that change has 3 key benefits. It pushes you to learn new things, master new skills, and it pushes you to becoming fearless, adaptive, and positive on any challenge. After all, I believe that you have the correct mindset, you learn to adapt and how to cope with your own defeat, you can be able to accomplish anything. People say that you need grit, confidence, and determination to be able to achieve something. And I believe that that is entirely true. But studies now show, including one from the BBC, that embracing change can also be a key to living a good and meaningful life. Me, from an ordinary 5th grader who was not a talker, never spoke in public before, nor attended any online competitions, after the COVID-19 pandemic with my growth mindset, I'm now a 12-year-old boy who has thankfully achieved many things, performed at Carnegie Hall, and is standing here in front of you today talking about how embracing change using music has led to my success during the pandemic. I believe that I will face many more challenges in the future and that I may not succeed. But I believe that I have my experiences and I will find my own ways to reach my goals. After all, if you learn to embrace change, nothing can stop you on the path to success. Lastly, I would like to thank COVID for allowing me to grow in various aspects, my parents for all the support, my music teachers, you, RIS TEDxYouth organizer, and everyone who contributed to this amazing experience and fantastic opportunities. Embracing and adapting to change will forever be a vital part of human experience. No matter the crises or challenge, we will get through them by embracing change. Thank you.